Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I have updated any video. So today I'm going to start with a new video and a new chapter from biology. And the chapter is classification of living beings. So before starting with the chapter, we'll start with a small introduction. As we all know that there are different types of living beings which are found in different part of places of the earth, or in short we can say that there is a huge biodiversity. Which is present on the earth, but systematic classification of living being is necessary. Now why it is necessary for the classification? It is necessary for classification to make its study effective. Okay, now this classification of living being is based on three criteria. The very first criteria is similarities among the living beings. Also the next criteria we have differences. Next we have relationship. So children, these are the three criterias which are important for the classification of living beings. Now coming to next, there is a word, this basically the science is classifying living thing is called taxonomy. Now in short definition we can say that this taxonomy is a branch of science. What it is, I'm writing a word over here, taxonomy. There is a word called taxonomy, and this taxonomy means that it is a branch of science which deals with the nomenclature as in keeping name of a living beings, or identifying name according to the similarity, differences or relationship, and after then keeping a name of that particular species. So taxonomy is a branch of science, or we can say branch of biology, which deals with the nomenclature and classification of living being, right? This term taxonomy was given by a scientist named Carolus Linnaeus. This term was given by Carolus Linnaeus, and he is also known as, the important, very important point, he is also known as father of taxonomy. Okay, now coming to next, what this Carolus Linnaeus did in field of biology, he divided all the living beings into two categories. The very first category is plant, second we have animal. These are the two kingdoms which was first discovered by Carolus Linnaeus. Later the scientist named John Ray, what he did, John Ray developed a table for the identification of living being. Table for identification of living being. But when it was discovered that some of the living beings cannot be classified as animal or plant, then again another scientist named E.H., which is Ernest Haeckel, in 1886, what he did, he proposed a new kingdom of biology which is called Protista. Now, Protista, it is a kingdom in which we study about the organism which is made up of unicellular, or we can say we study about unicellular organisms. Okay, now later there is one more scientist named R.H. Whittaker. One more scientist took part in the discovery of kingdom, and this is R.H. Whittaker. What he did, he proposed two new kingdoms. The two new kingdoms are Monera and fungi. Now presently biology is divided into 5 kingdoms. What are the 5 kingdoms? First is Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, and next we have Animalia. These are the 5 kingdoms which are presently divided in biology. Okay, so now we finally came to know that we had some classification, we had some kingdom, but what need do we have to divide these kingdoms? The importance for the classification is that it makes study easy, right? It makes our study easy. It provides pictures of living beings, as virus, bacteria, they cannot be visible through the naked eyes. So through the picture we can see living beings. Okay, it also shows a relationship between living beings in a simple way, right? So this is the importance for the classification. So let's take a quick revision. As I have told you that there is a first scientist, Carolus Linnaeus. Who is he? He is the father of taxonomy, right? Who is he? He is the father of taxonomy. He gave 2 kingdoms, plant and animal kingdom. Again, the next scientist we got John Ray. What he did, he developed a table so that living beings can be identified, but it cannot come into that much success. Next, which scientist came? Ernest Haeckel in 1986. What he did, he discovered one more kingdom which is Protista, in which we study about unicellular organism. Next we have R.H. Whittaker. R.H. Whittaker came in 1969. R.H. Whittaker, he came in 1969 and he gave 2 more kingdom. He proposed 2 more new kingdoms, which is Monera and fungi. So this is all about the classification, or we can say introduction of the classification. Next, coming to the next, we have hierarchy of classification. Hierarchy of classification means we are going to classify living beings in a proper manner. Proper manner as in, when we comes to classification, we'll start with kingdom. Then we'll go to phylum. Next we'll come to class. Next we'll go to order. Next step, family. Next, genus. Next we have species. But above this, above kingdom, we have one more thing, which is domain, which is not counted in recent sessions. We have one more part which is called domain. Domain mein we can count whether the species is eukaryote or prokaryote. So we'll write, I'm going to make it right over here, eukarya or prokarya. Okay, now I'm going to take an example, one common example. Okay, one common example, I'm going to take an example for men. Okay, now for men we'll write it down eukarya. We are writing eukaryote because we are from eukaryote stage. See, when it comes to domain, as I told you that there are three domains. First we have eukarya. I'm writing it over here. I just need to erase it first. First we have eukarya, then we have another domain which is called bacteria. Another domain we have archaea. So these are the three domains that the broadest way to classify living thing is to decide which of the three domains fall within. Okay, now first, as I told you that I have taken an example of a man. So what we have in domain, eukarya or eukaryotes. Okay, kingdom mein we human being, we count in kingdom animals. I'm going to write it over here, kingdom Animalia. Okay, now coming to next, phylum, which is chordata. Chordata as in animal that do possess their backbone, chordates. Okay, next we have classification, or sorry, we have class we'll count into mammalia. The animal that lays, that give a mammalia. So mammalia are categorized by the presence of mammary gland, which is present in females and that helps to produce milk for feeding, or we can say for nourishing their young ones. They are called mammalians or mammalia. Next we have primata. So primata, we can say primata or primate, an individual which is belonging to the highest order of mammals, and it includes human being, apes, monkey, lemurs. These are the primata. Coming to the family, which is hominidae. Next we have genus. Genus we will count as Homo. Homo means similar, and here species is Sapiens. This complete classification, complete hierarchy of classification will be same for all the human beings. But when it comes to plant, there is a difference. Let's see. Common name, I'm writing CN, which means common name. Say for example, I'm writing mango. Okay. Now kingdom, very easy, it is Plantae, or we can say plant. Next, phylum is Angiosperm, which means it has a seed. Next, next class is Dicotyledons. Next order, Septimidales. Family, Entradaceae. Now coming to genus is Magnifera. Next we have Indica. What is important to be learned is genus and species. Now there is a rule to write genus and species. Rule number 1 is whenever we write genus, its initial alphabet will be in capital, as I have written over here. Sorry, I did some mistake. Okay, Mangifera. As you have seen over here, as you can see that its initial is in capital. Okay, now coming back, species, rule number 2. Species will always be in its initial alphabet will always be in small letter. You can see it over here. And the last rule is genus and species always be written in italic. It will always be written in italic. So children, I am ending with this only. We will continue with the classification of plant kingdom in next video. Till then, take care, and if you like my video, please hit a like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.